First in high definition. Live, local, late breaking. This is WMBF News Today at 5:30.
And good morning, everyone. Right now, police here in the Grand Strand investigating 3 different robberies. Getting these guys off the street will be a lot easier with your help. A closer look at them is coming up. Sinus infections, the cold, the flu, all going around. And we're live with more on why this year a lot of people are suffering 2 of those illnesses at once and what you can do for some relief. Then why one local bar decided not to wait for the county to mandate a smoke-free environment. Question is, how are the customers taking it? And then rain will be the weather headline, I should say, all day today. And, well, for most of the week, Marla has the latest on the showers already impacting your morning.
And it's impacting pretty much everybody this morning. We've got a steady, soaking rain for the Grand Strand. That heavier pocket of rain that was over 501 now moving across the state line. And then we've got rumbles of thunder, heavy rain west of I-95. Florence getting drenched as well. And we're going to continue to see this rain move through. It's streaming out of the south. Notice down here south of Georgetown, Williamsburg County, another round of rain moving through. So yes, this is going to be something we're dealing with over and over and over again today. A closer look at Horry County shows you do get a very brief break in the rain from Conway to Aner, but again, that's not going to last as we continue to see more rain stream in from the south. The heaviest, worst batches of rain now along Highway 15 through Hartsville, Bennettsville. You're about to get some heavy rain once again, another round of it, and probably a round of some thunder and lightning out of all of this. All of that, too, compounded by the fact that we have some crazy temperatures. I'll break down exactly what to expect for your Monday coming up. But let's get a first check on your morning commute.
You're definitely going to see the impact of the rain on those road, folks. You can see 17 here at Lake Arrowhead. The road is soaked here. You're going to want to leave yourself time wherever you go this morning. And we're also dealing with accidents, too, on top of that. These are in the PD. We've got an accident on Clausen Road in Florence. This is off of Highway 327. Then as you head to Dillon, you're also going to run into a crash. This is on Judge Road. This is right off of Friendship Road, also right near Highway 57. The good news is no injuries are reported in these crashes, but if you're headed out this morning, I would say just leave yourself about 5 to 10 minutes for your morning commute. David?
All right, Jenna, thank you for that. Right now, Conway police say there are 4 men on the loose who robbed gas stations in the area. The first happened Saturday night at the Wilco Hess station. There on Highway 378, employees say 2 men came in with handguns, robbed the business, and then ran off. No one was injured during that robbery. The department also looking for these 2 men. This robbery happened back in December, but these photos have just been released. Police say the men came into the Liberty gas station on Wright Boulevard, took out guns, robbed the store. The men then left the area. No one was hurt there either. For a closer look at these pictures, head to WMBF News Facebook fan page, and then if you would, share them with your friends. And Myrtle Beach police are hoping you can help them find a man accused of robbing a hotel on North Ocean Boulevard. Investigators say the man went into the Oceans One Resort, pointed a gun at the clerk, and demanded money from the safe. After the man got the money, he took off toward Kings Highway. The suspect was wearing dark pants, a ski mask, gloves, and as you see, a dark hoodie with Myrtle Beach written in white on the front of it. If you know anything about this case, call Myrtle Beach Police. From colds to sinus infections to the flu to allergies, many people are reporting that they are suffering more severe symptoms this year, sometimes from multiple issues. Katrina Helmer joins us live once again from Myrtle Beach. And Katrina, allergists are telling you that the weather is definitely helping out in this situation, isn't it?
This is the time of year that allergists typically see a lot of patients suffering from indoor allergies like dust mites or pet dander. But since it has not been as cold, especially through the month of December, a lot of people are also suffering from a lot of seasonal outdoor allergies as well this time of year. Now, no one tracks pollen counts during the winter, so it's hard to tell for sure. But Dr. Shecker with Coastal Carolina Allergy and Asthma Associates tells me, since we live in a warmer environment, it's very likely some of you are suffering from pollen allergies this winter. This winter, allergists are seeing a lot of congestion in the nose, stuffiness, pressure in the head, lots of drainage, along with your typical sneezing, sore throat, and itchy, watery eyes. And it's making it difficult to distinguish between winter allergies and cold-related illnesses. And many patients are saying their allergies are actually making their cold worse, or having the cold made their allergy symptoms worse. Doctors warn this is all very complicated.
A lot of the symptoms of allergies and colds are similar, so sometimes it's hard to tell what you're actually having, and maybe you think you're having allergies when you actually have a cold. and it may just be a particular virus that causes a longer experience. And since the symptoms seem to be like your allergies, then maybe you think that your allergies made it worse.
One clear distinction: if you have a fever, that is not allergies. Doctors warn if you feel that anything is just not normal with what you're experiencing, be sure to see your doctor or your allergist right away. Reporting live in Myrtle Beach, Katrina Helmer, WMBF News.
Thanks, Katrina. Well, while we're talking about allergies, 22 million Americans are affected by another condition, asthma. And winter can be dangerous for sufferers who don't take proper care of themselves. Certain things trigger the condition, and many asthmatics say wintertime causes more health problems because of the cold and flu virus floating around. It causes the asthma to have a stronger effect on sufferers because their airways are already inflamed. Asthma experts say know your triggers. Cold air and windy weather can magnify the condition. And indoor irritants cause problems too, like smoke, scented candles, and fireplaces. Doctors say, of course, the simplest tips: good hand washing and good hygiene is important for anyone looking to avoid getting sick, but especially for people with asthma. At the live desk, Mandy Knoll, WMBF News.
Mandy, appreciate that update. South Carolina, one of the last states to still allow smoking in bars and restaurants, but now some places are going smoke-free on their own. Remedies Management, that's a bar, made the decision at the end of last year and became smoke-free starting on New Year's Day. Manager Jeremy Halpin tells us there was a high demand for it, so the bar took the risk. So far, he says business hasn't taken any hit at all, and the bar has only received positive feedback.
If you're a smoker and you've got a favorite bar, you're not going to stop going someplace because of the fact that your favorite bar was not smoking, especially when we made the accommodations that we did make. But if you're a non-smoker and you can't stand the smell of smoke, you are very adamant about not going to a particular bar because of the fact that it allows smoking.
Remedies added heaters and televisions to the outside deck and now ask that smokers go there to light up their cigarettes. The owner tells us he hopes the changes put them ahead of the curve if and when Horry County decides to go smoke-free in the future. The city of Conway is one vote away from becoming smoke-free entirely. The second reading of an ordinance that will take place on Tuesday. The proposal bans smoking in private businesses. It'll cost you $100 if you as an individual are caught. Business owners who allow smoking will face a $500 fine. That ban would also include e-cigarettes. If it passes, you can expect those changes by the end of March. A special meeting to talk about the Cherry Grove Canal dredging will happen later today. The City Council plans to make a proposal for an expected timeline for that project, how much it will cost, and how it'll all be paid for. Those details will be mailed to property owners along the canal. Many of them will be responsible for covering those costs. Then next month, a public meeting will be held for you to give input, but a date hasn't been set just yet. The measure will have to pass 2 readings from the City Council before moving forward. Congressman Tom Rice will be holding mobile office hours later this month. They'll be in Darlington from 2 to 4 p.m. on January 29th. That office, by the way, is at the City Administration Building on Pearl Street. No appointments are needed, but they are, as always, a first-come, first-served basis. Mr. Rice will be talking about Social Security benefits, Veterans Affairs claims, legislation, and pretty much anything else you want to talk to him about. Today, the spring semester begins at CCU. The new Jackson Student Union Center will also open today after a long wait. The Jackson Student Union building will cost $24 million by the time construction is completed. The center will have places for student organizations to meet, places for undergrads to study and just hang out. A convenience store and movie theater are also in the building. More projects are planned for the second phase of that building, including a ballroom. That center expected to be finished in the summer of 2018. And parents, if your student is thinking about education beyond high school, here's an event that just might help. Horry Georgetown Technical College will hold an annual Institution of Higher Learning College Prep Day, that program in Conway. That's happening on January 31st from 10:30 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. You can stop by the cafe at the Kent D. Sharples building. The program is 7th through the 12th grade. It's for 7th through 12th grade students, as well as their parents, along with the public. Information on the SAT, ACT, scholarships, financial aid, and more will be given out. Many colleges, by the way, including CCU and the University of South Carolina, also plan to participate. As France still tries to track down one suspect from last week's shootings, concern is growing about similar attacks here at home. NBC's Tracy Potts on Capitol Hill now with more.
As the world rallied in Paris, Americans marched in support.
We need to defend our freedom.
But is the U.S. doing enough to keep terrorists like ISIS from striking here?
We have no strategy to degrade or defeat it.
Lawmakers are increasingly worried about who may be plotting attacks right here in our backyard.
They are now putting out propaganda for the most serious kind of bomb making, a target list, planes to bomb, where to sit on the plane. And this material circulates freely throughout the internet.
Attorney General Eric Holder says al-Qaeda in Yemen is the biggest threat, not launching attacks, but inspiring others to do so.
That is the thing that I think keeps me up most at night, this concern about the lone wolf who goes undetected.
Visa waivers allow young recruits to train overseas, then easily fly into the U.S. through Europe.
We don't have a good handle, intelligence-wise, who is on the ground in Syria, in Iraq, and Yemen.
We don't know when these people are coming back and whether they are coming back. And we don't know whether these radical people are going suddenly to become terrorists.
People like Ahmadi Shalibali, the alleged grocery store shooter. Here he is on an official ISIS website. This morning, French authorities are still looking for his partner. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Washington.
In the meantime, one of the black boxes of Air Asia Flight 8501 now being examined. It was pulled from the Java Sea over the weekend. The recorder may help pinpoint the movements of the plane. That flight went down back on December 28th. 162 people were on board. Crews have found but not yet recovered the plane's cockpit voice recorder as well. A fourth ship with specialized underwater equipment will now join the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. 10 months after it vanished off Australia's west coast. This is coming from the acting Australian Prime Minister. That ship is on its way to the search area after conducting trials off the Indonesian island of Bali. Not a single trace of that flight has been found since it disappeared, with 239 people on board last March. This week, Governor Nikki Haley will be officially sworn in for her second term as governor of South Carolina. Haley's inauguration is scheduled for 11 o'clock Wednesday morning on the State House steps. Now, following the swearing in, Haley will host a free open house at the governor's mansion. Inaugural events will end with a gala at the Columbia Metropolitan Convention Center. It'll cost you about $250 a couple if you want to attend that event. When a company is breached, within seconds, crooks are looking to use your stolen personal information. How the president's looking to change when you're contacted about these data breaches.
And this is the Live Looker HD Doppler radar. Expect to see rain moving across it pretty much most of your work week. How long it's sticking around in just 2 minutes.